Ladies and gentlemen, first let me thank my friend for a very kind and generous introduction. Thank you. I'd like to thank the representatives of the Oakland Police Department and Oakland Fire Department for their presentation here today. These are the representatives of our first responders, and I thank them. I would like to secondly thank Loretta Sanchez in absentia for her very thoughtful remarks this afternoon. I'm very sorry that she could not be here for me to personally thank her. She's a valued friend and a former colleague that I came to care very deeply about, and she's demonstrated her leadership over the years. Also in absentia, I would like to thank Barbara Lee, who I'm honored to call my representative, who is my friend, who is also my sister, for her diligence, her focus, and her extraordinary efforts on behalf of this community, of this nation, and because of many stances that she's taken in foreign policy, the world. And I'm deeply appreciative of that. That said, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen and sisters and brothers, to this 5th annual Mayor's Technology Conference. And I welcome all of you here. I look forward to our engaging with each other over the next several days as we focus on the myriad issues that affect us and that are acted out at the local level. I look forward to best thinking, best practices, and innovative and creative ideas as we go forward to address and solve the problems in our local communities. Next, I'd like to thank Temple University, Leuven and Associates, my good friend Ed Burns, all of the people who are sponsoring, supporting, and have worked so diligently to bring this conference to fruition, including members of city staff and members of my staff. Thank all of you. I'd like to also thank each and every mayor for coming here. As a mayor dealing with deficits, I know it took courage to get on a plane and come here, because it's very easy to demagogue travel, but you are all here because you're in search of solutions to wrestle to the ground the many problems that confront you, and I both admire you and thank you very much for taking the time to travel some distance to be here with us today. I'm honored as Mayor of Oakland to host this conference. And I want you to know that we made sure that there was good weather and a beautiful view for all of you here. I hope that you have discovered what we've discovered, that Oakland truly is a beautiful city. It is a great treasure. We're perfectly situated. Oakland is going to grow and grow enormously. We're a tremendous economic engine for this region. We have a world-class port. We have the best weather in the Bay Area. And I'd like to say to all of you that there's a note that says Long Beach, California is 0.02% more diverse than Oakland. I decided that that falls within the realm of statistical error. So when I am not in the presence of the mayor of Long Beach, or I'm not in close proximity to Long Beach, I say Oakland is the most diverse city in America. For those of you who don't know, we're 31% white, 31% African American, 22% Latino, between 14 and 15% Asian. We have a significant African, Native American, Near Eastern population. Every continent in this planet is represented in Oakland. Over 100 languages are spoken in Oakland. The great strength of Oakland lies in the diversity of its people. The rich tapestry of diversity is our extraordinary strength, and it also provides tremendous challenges as we figure out how to live with each other. It's been my view that metropolitan areas will, on a continuing and an increasing basis, become the economic engines of America, and that the cities of America will grow. What will in part drive the growth of American cities will be the challenges of global warming. And so our cities are going to become much more complex, much more densely populated. And it seems to me that it behooves all of us to figure out how to address the myriad challenges that confront the cities and the towns of America now before they become even more complex and more complicated. Next, I'd just like to say to all the mayors in the room, this is the moment of the mayors. It is my view that the mayors of America literally can change the national conversation. People live and die in the cities and the towns of America. People live out their hopes and dreams and aspirations in the cities and the towns of America. Every issue, whether it manifests itself globally or nationally or statewide, ultimately becomes a local issue. And we as mayors know, at the end of the day, the buck stops here, and this is where things get acted out, and this is where ultimately we've got to find and fashion solutions. It's my view that when mayors of America begin to speak and speak powerfully and speak in unison, we can change the conversation. Just a few days ago, I noticed a few of my colleagues that I was with several days ago. I made the point, and they all joined in, and we agreed to sign a letter to each of the presidential candidates, to all the leadership of the House and the Senate, and all of the committees. The point that I was making was that the elephant in the room is what happens on the other side of the $700 billion aid package or relief package. 2 weeks ago, none of us in this room even knew that there was a possibility of $700 billion. But suddenly, like magic, $700 billion appeared. Well, what happens when you take $700 billion off the table? And the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars, have always been funded off budget, special appropriation. Add that to the multi-billion into the trillions of dollars in deficit, and each candidate saying we need to cut taxes. And each of us are living in states that are quaking. In California, we're looking for a $9 or $10 billion loan just to meet payroll. And each of us as mayors are confronted with budget deficits as we cut services and cut personnel. Question, who's going to pay for all this? What happens? There is not a sufficient conversation going forward